Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and please extend my thanks to the President, the Prime Minister, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to host us in this beautiful city of Dubrovnik in Croatia, a young country, and we all know that youth represents inter alia courage, strength, and hope, and this is what we really need in our region. I will begin with some generalities and then go to specificities of what is happening in our region and in the southern border of the Mediterranean. When we speak about security in the Mediterranean, I think that we should know that part of the components of such security is conflicts, climate change and its effect on food security. When we speak about security, we should speak about food security. Part of it also, or one of the components, is unemployment and the effect of unemployment in the southern part of the Mediterranean on the issue of migration. The northern Mediterranean countries should understand more and more then that their stability depends on great extent on the stability of the southern and eastern Mediterranean. And not only on the southern and eastern Mediterranean, but also on adjacent countries to these two subregions. I mean here by the adjacent countries to the two subregions. For instance, when we speak about the Eastern Mediterranean, the adjacent country of the Eastern Mediterranean are Afghanistan, Iran. If we speak about adjacent countries to the Southern Mediterranean, we speak about the sub-Saharan countries and how this reflects also on the southern part of the Mediterranean and therefore on the northern part of the Mediterranean. The stability should be based on solving the problems related to the components I just referred to. Therefore, in order to guarantee a sustainable stability in the southern and eastern sub-regions of the Mediterranean, we should address the root causes of the problems and not to rely on temporary relief measures such as financial or humanitarian assistance. I would like to emphasize once more that such assistance are by their nature temporary relief and not sustainable cure. Therefore, reaching political solution to conflicts in the Middle East, like the Palestinian issue, is a key issue and is a key factor in the stabilization of our region. And by doing so, what is called extremist will vanish little by little. The potentials which are existing into the southern Mediterranean countries will be diverted to development of their societies. And I believe that the very good example of this was in this region lately. In these circumstances, the contribution from the northern countries of the Mediterranean will be to undertake projects, to have more investment instead of financial assistance, as I stated. This will contribute in establishing mega projects in addition to small and medium-sized enterprise. Such projects will help creating job opportunities and therefore limit the migration from the south to the north. In addition, to open new markets is essential in the northern part of the Mediterranean. The Euromed, which was adopted a long time ago, adopted the principle of co-ownership between the two shores of the Mediterranean. And for us, the Union for the Mediterranean is an enhanced formula of the Euromed partnership. This union should always be dynamic, adapt itself to new developments, and be as flexible as possible to encompass changes, including the political transformation taking place in several southern Mediterranean countries. Such flexibility and adaptation should include its capacity and ability to reconsider the priorities set in the Paris Declaration of 2008 in order to become relevant to the socio-economic challenges facing a number of southern Mediterranean countries. In such approach, we should consider adding new priorities such as food security, job creation, and I have mentioned that this is part of the security of the Mediterranean. The neighborhood policy is another key element in the dimension of the partnership and cooperation. The revision of this policy has to take duly into account the historic changes in the southern Mediterranean sub-region, which this region is passing through, similar to the success it has achieved with the Eastern Neighborhood Policy. Therefore, more co-ownership is needed in order to address the real problems. And I would like here to quote what I stated 3 days ago in Barcelona when I attended or represented Egypt as co-chairman of the Union. And I quote that the ambiguities that still persist on our vision regarding the way to move forward, the newly formulated neighborhood policy does not take enough into consideration the historic changes that our region is facing. We hope to think for once outside of the box, getting rid of the formula of one size fits all, and be more forthcoming in addressing the real problems that we all face. This cannot be achieved without more consultation, more transparency, and more co-ownership. We need to know clearly the link between the Union for the Mediterranean and the neighborhood policy and of the quotation. And now I turn very quickly to the very specific issue of what is happening in Egypt and in the southern part of the Mediterranean. I know that there are many concerns in your region, in the northern part of the Mediterranean. But here I would like to state that we had a revolution. A revolution, as I always state, it's like a positive earthquake. It's not, I hope, not a negative earthquake. It's positive. Always earthquakes are negative, but I can just say that a revolution is a positive earthquake. When you have an earthquake, you have aftershocks. In this transitional period, we are living in this period of aftershocks. Aftershocks can vary from economic, social, even religion, because I know that in your part, you have concern concerning what is happening with Islamists, what is happening with Copts in Egypt, and so on. But what I can say that in this aftershocks, you have all this which was underground appearing on the surface. And this is a very healthy phenomenon, because when you see it on the surface, you have to address it in the right way and on a timely manner. If we succeed in our sub-region, in the south, to address all the issues from the economic, religious, social, strikes, manifestation, on a timely manner, and with the appropriate reaction, the revolutions in the south will succeed and will affect positively what is in the north. You passed through this experience in your region. For that, I see that what we can witness in the south is not something abnormal. It is something normal. Therefore, we feel that if we will address this issue in a timely manner from the side of the government, and if our people, the Egyptians and others in other countries, will know that a revolution means presenting some sacrifices, if we combine those two elements, we will reach a successful result of our revolution in Egypt and elsewhere. And here I will stop and saying that thank you very much for giving the floor, and we are open from all advice from your countries. I know that we cannot repeat experiences, but at least we can study it and we can eliminate what was negative and try to use what was positive in your region. Thank you very much.